Hey guys, in this video I got a deer jerky recipe that I came up with myself. So I just wanted to make a video on this recipe, how to make it. So the first thing you got to do is cut your meat into slices. Try to cut them in about 1/8 of an inch if you can, so fairly thin. Just like that, right there. Going pretty thin. Just like that right there. Nice and thin. So we got all our chunks cut and we put them in a bowl. What you'll need for this is a measuring cup. The ingredients are Tamari Soy Sauce, some Worcestershire sauce, garlic powder, black pepper, chili powder, red pepper, some McCormick Chipotle roasted garlic seasoning, onion powder. I got light brown sugar, but you can also use dark brown sugar, either one. And then of course your measuring cups. I got a tablespoon, half a tablespoon, and 1 teaspoon. So these are the tools and the ingredients that you will need for this recipe. So you got all our ingredients, got everything we need. Pretty simple recipe. Got all our meat here in a bowl. And so the first step is to pour your sauces in the bowl. This is the organic Tamari Soy Sauce. You don't have to get the organic, but that's all that they had. So we got 3/4 a cup of the Tamari Soy Sauce. Just pour that into the measuring cup. And you don't want salt with this recipe because there's a lot of salt in the soy sauce, so it'll already be salty enough. So we got 3/4 a cup of soy sauce, and then next you add 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, which brings your total liquid to 1 cup. So what we'll do next, one thing I left out that you'll need is a whisk. You can use a spoon, but a whisk just does a really good job of mixing it up. You want to mix it up really, really good. And this recipe works for about 1 pound of meat, so again, it doesn't have to be 100% precise, just close. But you just mix it up really good, get all the seasonings mixed up. Make sure you don't feel any clumps of sugar. And then all you do is pour it over top of the meat. And then you just mix it really good. You want to make sure that all the meat gets mixed in good, because if you just pour it over the top and don't mix it, the middle chunks of meat won't get anything on them, just the outer edges of the meat pile. And so you want to mix it really good. One thing I'll do is I'll twist the meat inside the bowl, that way it scrapes the edges, to scrape any seasoning off of the edges and get it on the meat. And that's what it looks like mixed. And just put the top on, and I'll put that in the fridge. I'll let it sit for 48 hours to soak up all of the ingredients. After 24 hours I'll go and remix it, because again the outer edges are going to expose most of the soy sauce and the seasoning, so you want to make sure to keep mixing it. But I'll let it sit for 48 hours, mix it after 24 hours, and then I'll put it on the dehydrator. So we're going to stick this in the fridge. Alright guys, well, it's been over 48 hours. Like I said, after 24 hours, I remixed it to get the middle pieces exposed to the seasoning and the marinade. But got my dehydrator here, and so basically all you want to do is take out the meat and just lay it here on the dehydrator. And with this particular dehydrator, I've not used a bunch, but your trays closest to the heat are going to dry faster than the ones furthest away from the heat. So you want to put your thickest pieces on the bottom trays, that way all the meat is dried at about the same pace. And it's not a big deal if you don't, you're just going to have to check all the trays more often and take out the pieces as they get done, because like I said, the thicker pieces are going to take longer to dehydrate than the thinner pieces. So another thing you can do, and you'll just have to play with it yourself, try it a couple of times, but if you feel the seasoning is too strong, you can get a paper towel and dab the meat on the paper towel before sticking it on the trays. But I like this seasoning strong, so I just stick it straight on without dabbing any of it off. So pretty simple, pretty easy to make some deer jerky. It's one of my favorite snacks. But yeah, we're going to fill up all these trays, and it'll sit for probably at least 8 hours or so, and then I'll check it, take off what pieces are done. Typically it won't take over 12 hours if you cut your pieces the right thickness. You don't want them too thick anyway, because then it'll be tough. So, and that is another thing, if you leave it on way too long, it'll be tough as well. So you have to make sure you're checking it. But basically all these trays here just stacks on top of each other, and you just fill them all up. So alright, well, we got all the meat on the trays, and so just stick our top on. Like I said, we'll let that sit for at least 8 hours probably before I check it. So check back in when it's done. Well, it's been about 6 hours. I was just going to show you. That's what it looks like on the top, and you can tell it's nowhere close to being done. But as I take off the tray, as you can see, the closer you get to the bottom, the more done it is. And actually that piece is done. It's good. So that's what I'm saying about the bottom trays always dry out faster than the top. So when you check it, you may rotate. What I'm going to do now is rotate the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. So yeah, maybe 2 or 3 more hours and it'll all be done probably. So top tray, bottom tray. Well, the jerky is done. There it is. And so what I did is I just unplugged the dehydrator and I'll let it cool on the racks here for a couple of hours, and then I just put it in Ziploc bags to store it, but it won't be stored very long because once I start eating this stuff I can't stop. So and this is my recipe, but it's something that I've played with, so I've got it to the way I like it. But I would just recommend, play with it yourself. If you like a little bit more hotter, add a little more red pepper, or if you like the black pepper taste, add a little more black pepper. If you want to just follow the recipe exactly how I did it, you can do that and try it and go from there and adjust to what you like. So that's basically all I had for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think about the recipe if you try it, whether or not it was good or what you did, changes, for yourself. And just let me know if you got any questions. Leave them in the comments, and we'll see y'all next time.